Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone. On today's episode of Return to the Third Dimension, I thought we'd go over yet another early title in the Virtual Boy homebrew scene. That game is called Simon, and it's based on, well, you guessed it, the classic game Simon.
For those of you who aren't familiar with it, the original Simon is a handheld or tabletop electronic game that challenged your memory skill. It was invented by Ralph H. Baer and Howard J. Morrison, and was later sold by Milton Bradley in 1978. The toy would light up a panel and play a tone specific to the color that was lit up. In the days since the toy's release, it's seen copies and variants on just about any electronic device around. This version of Simon was developed by a Planet Virtual Boy user called DogP and was released on April 19th of 2003. Starting up the game immediately brings you to the title screen. This is where you can choose from one of 3 difficulties: easy, normal, or hard. Each difficulty changes the complexity of the patterns respectively. For instance, the harder the difficulty, the longer the patterns you will be given. Instead of the typical rounded toy with 4 colored buttons, we're presented with the image of a D-pad and 4 squares as our playing field. As soon as you select your difficulty, it immediately presents you with the first input to the puzzle, so be on high alert. Press the button on the D-pad that corresponds with the lit up squares on the screen and do so quickly. If you wait too long, you'll get a game over. You can also get a game over if you press the wrong buttons in the sequence. Technically speaking, this homebrew game isn't amazing, especially with the lack of sound and parallax scrolling, but it's still a fun game to pop into the Virtual Boy and have a go with once in a while. It's also a game that can be easily run on Virtual Boy emulators like Mednafen.
So that was my look at the Virtual Boy homebrew game Simon. Let me know what you guys thought of this rather short review in the comments below, and until next time, guys, take care.
And now it's time to give it up to my Patreon supporters: Barclay Crazy, Chipper Angeles Negri, Joyful Sworn, Michael Carter, Robbie Martine McEvoy, Steve Marlowe, and the SideQuest Gamer. Thank you guys so much for all your support. You guys rock. If anyone else would like to become a Patreon supporter of mine, the link's in the description below.